Hello people, today I'm doing an MMR, multiple movie review. I saw these 3 movies over the weekend and I just didn't get around to reviewing them. I figured I should just do an MMR, get them out of the way. I feel bad that I'm not doing a regular review for Lightyear. It's just a lot on my plate right now. I start filming my short film next week, so, and next week I'm not sure how much content I'll have out for you guys because a lot of filming, but yeah. Anyways, let's go from my least favorite of these to my favorite. Starting off with the least favorite of these is Spiderhead. I really wanted to like this movie. I knew the reviews that were coming out and they weren't good. But I watched the trailer again before I watched the movie and I was like, this doesn't look bad. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, it was really a really disappointing movie, particularly when you have Joseph Kosinski director of Top Gun: Maverick, Oblivion, 2 movies that I like. And to see this, and I was just so disappointed because when you have a pharmaceutical company and they're testing out their drugs on these humans, it's like you can do so many fun things with that, with the experimental drugs and stuff like that. Like it comes to filmmaking, ideas, concepts, and it really just scratched the surface of that. And it's more plotty than it's not really that plotty. There isn't much of a storyline. It's concept driven, but the concept that it's focusing on could have been done so much better. So it's kind of frustrating when you're watching it because the plot is razor thin. It's more so exploring this concept, but as it's exploring the concept, it doesn't really feel like you're going many places with it. I felt like they could have so much more fun with like ideas, and like if you have like this drug pack in you and like it kind of trying to make you do whatever you want, but they just kept doing the same 3 ideas over and over again. I was like, imagine how much more fun you can have with this. Towards the end of the movie for the 3rd act, I thought they set something up that would have been really cool for like the whole facility of these test subjects to like kind of go crazy and have like drugs like put in them at the same time, like, and you don't know what combination it is. That would have been a great idea, but no, it's just it's not involved. They're just getting chased through the hallway. Let me turn into a little bit of an action movie. We have this out of place action sequence, and it would have been kind of cool to have an action sequence filmed in like a drugged up situation with all these people on different combinations of things. You don't know exactly what their stance on it, like the fight choreography will be. So that could be like a lot of fun, but no, it just feels like it's just trying to be another action movie towards the end. That is filmed well. It looks great, and it's 4K crispy. And like I'm like, that's good, Joseph Kosinski, but it just didn't dive into the concept the way I wanted to at all, because the storyline is just so razor thin, basic, and dare I say a little predictable. Actually incredibly predictable. There's that one point in the movie where it kind of acts like it's revealing this one big reveal, and I thought it was so obvious, and yet it was supposed to be like the biggest reveal ever, and I was like, oh, okay. But overall, I was disappointed with Spiderhead. Also, this poster right here, it makes no sense. Like, why is this girl walking like she's in a Terminator movie? Like, that looks like a Terminator poster right there. And she's just like, she's the kitchen girl. She's not like, you're supposed to be walking like she's the Terminator in that. It's such a stupid poster. But yeah, next movie I'll be talking about, my score. I'm going to give Spiderhead a 4.8 out of 10. Next movie I'll be talking about is Lightyear. I watched this movie a couple days ago, and it was a really fun movie. I didn't love it, but it was a lot of fun. And it was more plot heavy than I thought it was going to be, but it also borrows from a lot of other sci-fi movies that I thought was like pretty engaging. Like my favorite movie of all time is Interstellar, and this movie took a lot from Interstellar, particularly with time dilation. And so it was really cool to see like a movie out there for kids that would be digestible and kind of have fun with the concept of time and stuff like that. And I'll just know for a fact, if I saw Lightyear when I was 7, Lightyear would have been like my favorite movie of all time, because Lightyear really I think it's really a movie designed for children to really love and enjoy. And yeah, problems though, the villain. I went with someone that's already seen the movie, and I remember at one point they looked at me when they did this reveal, and I had a pretty big cringe on my face. That's all I'll get into with the villain, but I didn't care for what they went with that. And yeah, another thing I didn't care for, I thought the characters were a little thin and one note, and particularly Lightyear I thought was a little thin and basic. And of course he has an arc and all that, and he learns like his Disney Pixar lesson, but it kind of didn't really go as many places as I wanted it to be. And yeah, the animation of course is beautiful. It's great to look at. The storyline is fine enough, even though I felt like, even though almost a little like Spiderhead, the storyline was a little thin and the concept was really cool, but yet at the same time it is kind of broken down for kids, these concepts, but I've seen other movies do it better. So as it is for kids, it's perfectly fine. For me, it's like I've seen other movies do this better, but I think it's good enough for what it's trying to be. But yeah, I'm gonna give Lightyear a solid 7 out of 10. Not my favorite Pixar movie, and it's actually not anywhere near the top, but Pixar is barely slipped up. On Letterboxd, if I look at, I have not seen 2 Pixar movies. I have not seen Monsters University. I have not seen Cars 2. So when I say I haven't given on Letterboxd, I have the lowest I give any Pixar movie was a 3 out of 5. So yeah. So when I say it's not towards the bottom with Pixar, that does not mean a bad thing. I think Pixar is a great studio that makes great animated films for kids. So yeah. Last one I'll be talking about, my favorite of the bunch, is Cha Cha Real Smooth. This movie had a lot of hype from one of the festivals, and I knew it was picked up by Apple TV Plus. I gave it a watch, and it was a real good movie. It was engaging, emotionally deep, and the characters, you just love the characters. What's the lead's name? I'm looking at the poster. Cooper Rafe, or Raph. Writer, director, and star. His personality and charm is sprinkled throughout this whole entire movie. You can't help but love the guy, because like there's so many dynamics and particularly a realistic exploration to the age range that this guy is in, and a lot of things that I'm not in my 20s, I'm not or anything, because I'm 17, but it's like kind of nice mental preparation for what that'll be like. Great. There's some really strong emotional scenes, particularly towards the end, and the movie wraps up in such a nice moral way. And the characters and the dynamics is really what holds this whole movie together. I don't know much more to say because this people have been hyping this movie up. I don't know what more I could say that hasn't been said already about this movie. Acting was great, directing was great, writing was great. Every aspect of this movie was really, really good. As for problems, I don't have many problems for this movie. I'm not gonna give it obviously my score isn't like a movie with no problem score, but it's the score I want to give it because you also have to consider your taste in movies and stuff like that. And while I did love this movie, and it aligns there are worse movies I have seen than this that I enjoy more, if that makes sense. But it's all about taste, but I'm not gonna let that affect my score at all because I really, really like this movie. All the performances were great. I'm gonna give Cha Cha Real Smooth a 9 out of 10. So yeah, comment down below if you guys saw any of these movies, what you guys think. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, and stuff like that, and adios.